Hello everyone, this is Darren Xie. Today I'm going to talk about my home server project. This is part 1, set up a physical server. I will talk about 4 parts. First one is why, how, and conclusion and the next plan. Why? The purpose to build a home server. I have two reasons to build my home server. The first one is deploy my own website. Of course, we can deploy our own website on other public servers, and um, I. But for me, I want to deploy my own website on my own server because if I do this, I can directly manage my website, not just follow their uh, rules. I can modify the website, the server environment. And the second reason is I can do multiple practice on my home server, especially do the network security. I learned a lot of this security technologies. I want to um, build my own server and um, do the security technology thing practice on it. How? There are like multiple basic steps. How to build your home server. I did a research about that, and then I built my physical server. And the first step is choose your appropriate architecture. This is the design part. It's a very important part. And then the second part is install ESXi system. And then after that, build virtual machines. And another very important part is to configure your router. And then we can test it, remote your home server, remote your home website. This is architecture. I choose this architecture, but bottom layer is a physical box. And the next one is the VMware, which is EXSI operating system. And the next layer is multiple virtual machines. In each virtual machine, we install operating systems and then install applications. And of course, there are other multiple architectures. For example, um, next to the physical box, we can install operating system, like install Windows Server or install Linux Server. And then after that, we can create it VMware or create the VirtualBox, and we use those kind of software. We can build our own virtual machines. Um, that's the top layer is same. But why we you choose this architecture? Because in the real industrial world, there are a lot of companies use we they use this architecture. Why? Because the VMware, this layer is very, very like powerful. This layer will occupy least resources of the physical box. That's the real reason. And next step, after we choose the design, the architecture, we we should like install our ESX for the next step. And first of all, we have to confirm your CPU, uh, check if it support virtualization. Mine is a simple one. It's an Intel i3 4130, which does support virtualization. The second one is create a bootable flash drive. I strongly recommend use this tool. I think this is the best tool, Rufus. we can use this easily created our own bootable flash drive. And then we use this flash drive, install the EXXI operating system in your server, physical server. When installing EXXI, remember your password, because if you forgot that, you have to reinstall that. That's the reason. And this picture shows us after you installed EXSI operating system, you can use any computer uh, in the same network with the home server, and use a browser to access or remote your home server. This is this is the like the whole thing you can see. And then after that, we can build our own virtual machines. Usually, we upload iOS files into the data center because if we do not do that, we can keep the iOS in your local computer. But when you install virtual machines, the created virtual machines in the home server, you have to transfer data from your local computer, transfer the iOS data to your home server. That will get bad or worse performance. So that's why we upload iOS file into the data center first. And then we use the data center's data because data center is located in your home server in the like physical box. So after that, we created new virtual machines step by step. That's the easy thing. Just follow the instructions. We click the create register VMs, and so far I created 5 virtual machines: the web server, Debian H, and Windows 7. Another two is IP-Fire, which is another version of Linux. I will use it to create my own VPN server. After that, we have to configure our router. That's the most important thing, one of the most important thing. There are two steps: is set up DDNS and set up a port forwarding. DDNS, that means dynamic DNS. I choose the no IP, which is free. That's the reason. And another one is a popular one, but recently this one started to charge people, to charge users. So I choose no IP. And this picture shows the configuration in the router, and we have to mark use the DNS service and choose your service provider. This is noip.com, and set up your host name, username, password. And another step is port forwarding setup. In the port forwarding, there's two important column. The first one is the external port, and another one is the internal port. External port, that means your router side port. Mm, the outside your home network, any computer can access your home network through this external port. For example, the first one is I set up a router side port TCP UDP 64646. Um, any outside IP can access the home's website, home network through this port to the internal port. Internal port, that means the virtual machine port. This one is I opened I open the 3389 T3 UDP port for virtual machine. Actually, the virtual machine is one server virtual machine. This is the IP address. That means outside our computer can use the browser, type your host name through this our external port to access to remote desktop your Windows server. 3389 is a desktop, remote desktop port. After that, we can test your home server if it works or not. Um, Before that, I have to uh, mention DUC, mention the details about no IP. There are multiple detail steps. First step, well, we have to log in the no IP website and set up your home server domain and set up the related IP address. And then we have to download this small software, which is DUC. This software is very important because this software will continue keep checking your IP address. Once your IP address changed, this software will tell no IP website update your IP address. And the second one is install TeamViewer. I strongly recommend install this software because TeamViewer is very powerful. Uh, Once your um, home server there's something wrong, you cannot access your home server from outside. If you have something to do for that, you can through another way through this TeamViewer um, software access your home network. You can access every network, every computer through this. Conclusion. So far, I installed EXSI system and it created multiple virtual machines, and I can remote my home server right now. For the next step, um, that's the part two for my plan. I will set up the VPN server and set up a web server and set up an NFS server. That's it. Thank you.